Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shay Love Supreme. So today we are back with another one, okay? So in this video, we are going to be talking about air signs, okay? The last video that I had posted was about the full moon in Libra, I think it was. Yeah, the full moon in Libra. So this is just going along with the themes of Libra because Libra is an air sign for those of you who do not know, and it is ruled by Venus. So before that, I've definitely been doing this series of going through each of the elements. You know, I started off with water, and then I did the earth signs, and then I also, in between there, I did the full moon and the new moon. So now we are on to the air signs. And this is great too. Why? Because I am an air sign. That is my dominant sun sign within tropical astrology. I am an Aquarius, for those of you who do not know. Yes, age of Aquarius. Ask somebody. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But yeah, y'all, you know, air itself is about communication. That's what I see it as, communication, but also it represents masculine energy. And what do I mean when I say masculine energy? I'm referencing basically the action orientedness of masculine energy, because masculine energy is output. You know, it's outward, and feminine is inward. So the air signs that are, of course, masculine energy, right, that represent this energy is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay, so these signs are known as the twins, right? The twins, aka the child for Gemini, right? Because that rules the third house. And then we have the scales, or the relationship sign, which is known as Libra. And then we have the water bearer sign, which is Aquarius. Yes. So all of these signs are in representation of air energy. And air energy is just really interesting because, you know, when we think about air, air is definitely within everything, right? And it's something that we need to breathe. And also, these are in relation to our relationships, you know, whether that be from when we were learning within the third house at a very young and early age, or when we move over to, you know, from that adaptation of those learning styles that we learned as a child, we move over into the seventh house and really knowing how to communicate in relationships or contracts, business, and different things like that, interacting with others. And then moving further from the seventh house to the 11th house of Aquarius, where this is where we have our friendships, right? This is where we learn how to, or how we've learned to communicate really attracts the type of people that we want to be around, who we want to hang around, and what kind of communities and philanthropy and all of those E's that we want to be a part of. It's really about, you know, networking within social media, how you interact with others, and then also, you know, these people, your tribe members who share the same common interests as you do. So yeah, we're going to get into it. As I always say, got my notes with me, you know what I'm saying? Typed up a little something so we could get this going. And then also, like I always say, y'all, I definitely offer natal birth chart readings, tropical, which is also known as Western, then also Vedic, which is known as sidereal, and then lastly, for now at least, I provide draconic birth chart readings as well. So you guys can go to blossomcentral.com, www.blossomcentral.com. That's Blossom with a U. Check out my website, check out all the services and stuff that I have. If you guys have any questions or anything, like I say all the time, you know, you got me on, if you got me on Facebook, inbox me on Facebook. You got me on what's it called, Instagram, DM me, inquire. You know, we could have some dialogue, we could communicate. You know what I'm saying? We in the 11th house energy of Aquarius, right? So this is what I do. I communicate. Okay, I'm good at it. Okay, So definitely hit me up about that, you know. Or if you want to be discreet, you could definitely email me at blossomcentral@gmail.com. That's blossom with a U, okay? That's BLOSSUM, and then the central with an A, just in case. Because, you know, I don't know who do and don't know how to spell, okay? But it's all going to be down in the description box below. Now, another thing. Another thing that I want to excuse me. Damn, I tried to, but we ain't adding in nothing. Ooh. Woo! Okay, so another thing too that I wanted to touch on as well, y'all. Please, I don't bite now, okay? So definitely interact with me in the comments below and everything like that. You know, we could keep it cordial, we could keep it light, breezy, peasy, lemon squeezy, you know what I mean? But you guys have any questions about your placements, anything like that, you know, if you're a Libra sun, or if you're an Aquarius moon, or if you're a Gemini rising, definitely ask me questions, because hey, I'm here. I'll provide the answers. Yes. So definitely, you know, ask me. I'm here to answer. And also, you know, if you guys have any like questions in general about astrology or about spirituality at all that you want me to answer or do a video on or research or anything like that, I'm definitely available for that as well. Because, you know, I always love people to come up with certain things, so I could go ahead and be like, all right, let me touch base on this, because I didn't think about that, you know. Teamwork make the dream work over here, baby. We all about supporting each other. We all about, you know, building community and everything like that. So it's very much so in the themes of this whole video, okay? But I thought I should just throw that out there, okay? Okay. Yes. So we're just going to jump right into it with these notes, okay? So we're going to be talking about our air signs, our Gemini, our Libra, and our Aquarius, all right? Okay? There's one of the YouTubers that say Aquarius, and I love it when she say that. I can't remember her name right now, but yeah, shout out to you, sis. You know who you are. Woo! Okay, so let's get into it. So yes, the air signs is all about mastering communication. This is the sector of astrology or a sector of a person's chart where you could just narrow it down to mastering communication, from early childhood to relationships with people to a bigger, wider community of folk, how people even know you, how, you know, you're seen on a larger scale, right? So, like I said before, Gemini is known as the twins, or can be known as the child. And then Libra can be known as the scales, or just the relationship sign in general, right? Keeping the balance in things. And then Aquarius is known as the water bearer, right? And, you know, it's interesting though too, because a lot of people think that Aquarius are water signs, and that's not the case, because, you know, you think water bearer, right? And then you also see this man or this woman carrying or pouring out this water, while water itself is also known as information as well, you know. And then the thing is, you know, people judge Aquarius a lot, especially maybe Aquarius sun people or certain placements, right? Because certain placements are a little bit more pronounced than others, right? They'll say that Aquarius people are not emotional, or very detached, or, you know, this is what it's been known to be, especially when you're researching and everything about your sign and everything like that. And you could be like, well, I'm Aquarius and I don't really, you know what I mean? It's not that the emotions are not there. It's more so how it's being expressed and outputted into whatever situation is how it's being interpreted, you know. Because a person who is a water sign, a water sun sign, maybe like a Cancer sun, could say that an Aquarius sun is not emotional, or they're not. But really and truly, it's they are emotional. Everybody's emotional, but everybody has a different way of expressing it. And yeah, that's how I see that, you know. It's not that certain signs don't have this or do have this. It's more so, how is it being interpreted? How is it being seen or being received, really and truly as well, you know? So that's something to think about. Just saying. So yes, Air energy is masculine energy. That's the output. The output, right? Because right now what I'm doing is masculine energy. I'm speaking. I'm giving something. You know what I mean? Outputting and giving something in order for you all to receive it within your feminine energy, if that makes sense, right? It do make sense. And so, yeah, and it also is master manifestation energy as well, because when you think about the word manifestation, it's manifestation, right? And then when you think about man as a male, that's masculine energy, output. There you go. Something for your noggin, okay? So whatever you think within your mind, right? And with that, whatever you speak comes into fruition. So air magic could be something that is seen as something simple like incense, right? Because that's air. Or just spoken words, you know, because they say the power of the tongue. So whenever you are speaking and outputting certain types of information, you are spelling, right? And spelling out something, especially through your words, is also an interpretation of you basically spelling, right? It's literal, like how they say spells, casting spells. So you are casting spells or creating spells with your language, with your voice, and how you speak and everything of that nature, and also the intentions behind all of it. That's why too, you know, a lot of people say that the English language itself is very confusing, especially people with other ethnicities and languages and cultures and stuff like that, right? Because, you know, within the English language and also within society, we have this thing called sarcasm, right? And it's like it's also like a I want to say it's confusing because first of all, you can say something in a sarcastic tone and you really not mean it, but the universe could take that as literal, you know what I'm saying? Just saying. In some cases, right? You could say, I don't want to give an example, you know what I mean? Just when somebody says an expression like, oh, you're killing them, right? There you go. You really could be killing them. You know what I mean? Just certain things like that is certain things to take into perspective. Just being very mindful with your words is what we always say, because you really do have to be mindful with your words. You know, sarcasm is literal, even though you may not have meant it, but you still said it though. You know, so saying what you mean and meaning what you say is something that's very important, because in other cultures, they say what they mean and mean what they say. You know what I mean? So yeah. And then sarcasm itself, when we go into that, side note, when sarcasm itself is also a lack of communication, a lack of confidence to say what you really mean and mean what you really say. So a lot of people who are very sarcastic can be a little bit passive aggressive, different things of that nature, you know what I mean? So instead of being very right and exact with what they're saying or very straightforward, they resort to sarcasm because they don't feel confident enough within themselves to be straightforward about certain things. So that's something to think about as well. I don't know what made that example come up, but that's for somebody. So think about that. Because I used to be very sarcastic. Yeah. But it came from a way of insecurity, you know what I mean? Because when you think about it, underhandedness in words or like condescendingness is just like, what's the point of all that? You know, what's all that energy coming from? You know what I mean? You're saying one thing, but you really mean another. And it's like, no, we need you to be exact, honey. We need you to be exact, baby. You know what I mean? Just saying. You know? And this is important because this plays a factor in our relationships, whether that be with our siblings in the third house or the seventh house of our interconnected long-term relationships, marriages, contracts, and stuff like that, right? Or business contracts too. Or, you know, going into the 11th house with your friendships and your friend groups and everything like that, you know what I mean? So knowing how to effectively, healthily communicate with others is very important, especially now, you know? Just saying. But yeah, everything starts within the mind. So the age of Aquarius is what we're in now and what we've been shifting into, and why all of these transits and everything has been going on like this, right? We feel, the heaviness or the amping up of energy, and this is because, we are basically shifting ourselves from an old paradigm of being and thinking and living, and we're shifting into an age of, new information technology, or rediscovering the technology that's within us, really and truly, and also just the newness within everything, health, being, ways of being. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. We shifting, because once Mother Earth shifts, once the universe shifts, we shift along with it. And if you don't want to shift, you stay in a paradigm that you may not favor that much. You may not want that. So you want one thing, you got to release one thing to receive another. I'm just saying. So the age of Aquarius is a lot about our realities being manifested within the mind and the mindset that we carry. Because your mindset is very important. You have a negative mindset, you will have a negative reality, and everything is going to match up and flow with that vibration of negativity. But if you have more positive, or you transmute negative into positive often, you will see negative situations turn into positive or better outcomes. You will start to see that. So this is also why it's important to be doing shadow work and self-reflection, because what we think and do is conscious and subconscious, which affects the reality that we've created, because we are the co-creators with the universe of our reality. Just saying, you heard it from me. You might have heard from other people, but you heard it from me, so that's even more confirmation, okay? So yes, this is also within the abilities of claircognizant and clear knowing, and then also the crown chakra, Yes, because, when you think about the crown chakra, you're anchoring in information from the ethers, from the universe, from the atmosphere, down into your body and into your brain, into your cells, in order for it to be registered as a thought form, in order to be like me, who, gives the information, right? Or to just have a knowing about certain things, you know what I mean? So claircognizant is definitely when you are speaking and you are basically, essentially, it's a part of channeling, is what I see it as. Claircognizant, you just certain things you just know because you are in connection and ongoing connection with the universe and with source. Another thing is clear knowing, when you just know something, right? And that's just literally, that's basically like simultaneous and parallel to claircognizant. You just know something. You don't know how you know, you don't know where you got it from. It's wisdom from within. Or it's wisdom from source, whomever wanna, contact you, from your ancestors. Your ancestors could be giving you certain type of information and stuff. And we are our ancestors, so we have that connection within our lineages. And it don't even have to be just ancestors who passed away in this lifetime. It can be from many lifetimes and many galaxies ago, but all of it is a part of you and your DNA, because your DNA carries that type of information. Yes. 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 Okay. Yeah, and the crown chakra, everything that I said before. You know what I mean? That's that When you do your chants and it's that AUM, that's the That's why you hear in certain high vibrational frequency musics. Is that a word? Musics? When you hear it in the high vibrational frequency music, they say and they say you know what I'm talking about. That's where it comes from, because they are awakening and connecting to the energy of the crown and the third eye. Yes. And if you hear that in the background, it's raining, y'all, so that's amazing, because today is what, October 1st. Woo woo. And I always see rain as, renewal, cleansing, you know what I'm saying, peaceful, washing away of the old, bringing in the new. So this is great. This is amazing. I don't know if you guys had ever experienced this before either, but I noticed that around excuse me, new moons and full moons, it starts to rain. Or if there's like something significantly happening, like it just, you know. But I like it though. I like it though. I like it though. But yeah, like I said before, mastering communication and ways in which you learn, forming your own thought process and persona around dialogue, inner and outer dialogue. So that's in correlation to, you know, the sign Gemini, if we want to put it like that. And then for Libra, in ways in which you communicate can be seen within your relationships, within family, intimate relationships, and also in business as well. How you carry yourself and how you display certain type of information that's important in networking with people within business. Okay. And then also for Aquarius, how you communicate and network within communities, and also with other people who are like-minded like yourself, you know. Yes. So we're going to start off with Gemini, then we're going to go on to Libra, and then we're going to go right into Aquarius, and then we're going to finish this baby off, okay? Just in case you guys want to donate to me as well, I have a Cash App. That Cash App is $SL Peace22 on Cash App. Another thing that you could do as well, I do have PayPal, so evansr2014@gmail.com is my PayPal that you can send money to if you want it to be a little bit more secure. You just want the bag to securely be handled and carried out to me. Definitely donate to that as well. I appreciate it all. You know, another thing, I don't know if I announced it, but I'll announce it again if I already did. I am moving. I'm actually moving this week coming up. Okay, so I appreciate all of the support in advance. I'll definitely let you guys know more about that experience as well. Yeah. I'm trying not to, you know, go a little crazy, freak out about it. I'm just going with the promptings and trying to keep as calm as possible, you know. Because, you know, with every new journey and new phase, you don't know all of the answers, right? You don't know where life is taking you, but you know that you have to move forward from where you've already been. So that's where I'm at. And I'm just grateful and thankful for being in a space of growth, change, and anticipation of just greatness, really and truly, okay? Really and truly, this year has been very prosperous already, and I just look forward to much more prosperity, much more great things happening and going on. And really and truly, seriously, you know, you might think to yourself, you know, you want things to change, but you also have to embody that change. And it's not easy, especially if you're not used to doing certain things, but it gets easier once you get into repetition of these things, and also you work within yourself, within your solar plexus chakra, baby. Okay, that's that confidence, that's that willpower to achieve whatever it is, and do it, and have belief within yourself. And then also, I'm gonna tell you this, don't give a F, okay? Don't give a F-U-C-K, okay? Don't do it. Because once you start giving too much energy and you start thinking about it too much, and that's where you trip yourself up. You just got to have the confidence to know, even if you don't know, you're going to find out. You always do. So that's all I got to say about that. Okay? But yeah, I also appreciate you guys a lot. I appreciate the new subscribers that have subscribed. You know, definitely, like I say, give me, you know, more things that y'all want to learn about and know about, because this ain't just about me giving. This is about shit. I want to know some stuff too. I want to research some more things, you know. In this life, we are always learning and evolving. So I'm along the journey with y'all. We on this journey together. So yes. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into Gemini. Okay? And I'm a Gemini moon, baby. So you know I like to talk, especially when I'm comfortable, baby. We could talk all day, honey. Just saying. Okay, so Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and Gemini is also a mutable air sign. Okay? Mercury rules communication, but it also rules your thought process and how you think about things, but also how you speak as well. Okay? So Gemini also rules the third house naturally within astrology. So the third house is all about early forms of childhood education, the process in which we formed our thinking process, like I said before, the way that we speak and how we have adapted to expressing ourselves from early on within our childhood. Okay, so this also rules short distance travels of interest, and then you could also see what kind of car a person drives and different things of that as well. You know, I'm not a car expert, I'm just saying. Okay, so don't, okay, I more so focus on, you know, the psychology aspect of it. Okay. Okay, so this is important to see because Gemini, as stated before, is seen as the child within astrology, okay? Or the children, the twins, okay? Because really, Aries is the baby, and then Gemini is the child, okay? So as children, we are sponges and are receptive to not only what we are being taught, but also how we learn to adapt within the realms of reactions or non-reactions from what's going on around us within our environments. So siblings can also be found here as well. So this makes a lot of sense because a lot of our first relations are with our siblings in regards to, you know, family circumstances. These are the first people that we got a relationship or a bond with, or we learn how to interact with people with, right? How we learn how to talk to people, not only them, but also within our early childhood education, you know, being around other kids and peers and stuff like that, how we learn how to communicate with them. But not only that, but where we're actually learning how to do these things, you know, because we learn from our environment. We pick up certain things on how to talk, how to speak, how to do certain things from when we are very young in age. So we go to school not only to learn from the teacher and stuff, right, with those subjects and different things, but we learn from interaction. Yes. So the relationship you have with your siblings also influences how you operate with your friends and other people, like I said. In this house, early stages of expression are influenced, which can be carried to adulthood, which impacts all of our relationships, you know? So when you're in these little childhood stages, this is basically setting the foundation up for how you're going to really operate and move and really communicate with other people within all areas of your life as you get older, as you move into adulthood. You know, because if somebody was stifled in how they expressed themselves or how they spoke when they were younger, this can be carried out within the relationships and their connections of them not knowing really how to hone in or tap into being confident to express themselves in certain areas and ways and fashions, you know? Yes. So an example, someone having Cancer in the third house or the moon in the third house, right? Because the moon rules Cancer naturally. This could be seen as someone who has a very caring and empathetic nature when they speak. You know, people feel comfortable to talk to this person, or this person can have a very soothing voice. This person can be, you know, someone who's really good at being a therapist, you know, giving sound feedback from a very caring, loving space. This also can be a person who creates a space of comfort for other people to express themselves, okay? That's why I said therapy. This person could have been in a learning environment where they were more nurtured and their emotions were more so supported and encouraged to be felt. And then also they were more comfortable or encouraged to express themselves. And maybe their mother had a big influence on how they learned and stuff as well. You know, their mom was very attentive to them and very caring towards them, especially within their early childhood years. And their mom could have been one-on-one with them, you know, doing homework and doing certain things and really making sure that they felt comfortable in all areas of, you know, learning and school and, you know, different things like that. Also, this person can, with their siblings, they could be seen as somebody who is very caring and empathetic towards their siblings. But on the other hand, okay, because there's always an other hand, this person in general could be very manipulative with their words at sometimes, you know, manipulating energies or emotional situations with their words. So looking out for that is very important, or being very mindful of that is very important, you know. But yeah, that's a very good example right there. So now we're gonna move on to Libra, okay? Like we said before, I think in one of the previous videos when I had briefly talked about Libra full moon, right? So we talked about some of the energies of Libra. So we're going to talk about it again, a little review, and then, yeah, give an example, then we on to the next one, okay? Okay. So Libra is ruled by, I said Libra. Libra is ruled by Venus, okay? So this is a cardinal sign. Cardinal signs within astrology are the ones who are the go-getters, you know. While everybody talking, everybody doing this and that, they gon' get it. They don't only talk, they gon' get it, okay? They the workers, they the movers and the shakers and the everything, okay? Everybody be working and moving now, but they be doing that. They known for that. Okay, so Libra also has the balance of femininity and masculinity. Why? Because it is ruled by Venus. But not only that, but it is, you know, Venus itself is a feminine planet, right? And that's all about attracting. And on the other end, you know, it's cardinal, so there's outputs of energies, more so action-based within masculine energy. And those outputs could be words and how they balance certain things out, the act of balancing certain things out. And then also Libra is also an air sign as well, so that's masculine, so it's a balancing, you know, and it's the scale, so it makes a lot of sense. They got Venus on the one hand with the femininity, right? And then we got the air, which is the blend of masculine energy around it, and then the cardinal energy as well. So it's just all a nice blend, and they balance that out very well once they're in their balanced energy and they hone in on their natural innate ability to balance things out. So yes, Libra rules the 7th house. That rules long-term contracts within relationships, marriages, and business contracts. This house is also in direct opposition to the 1st house of self, right? Of yourself, which can be seen as you looking at yourself through another person. Those less desired aspects of yourself that you may not want to see will be seen within another. You know, sometimes we like to run away from certain aspects of ourselves and don't want to acknowledge certain things, but then we start seeing some things, you know, outside of ourselves, and we're like, we don't like that person, we don't like this, we don't like, I wonder what it is about them. Especially in your intimate connections, right? I wonder what it is. You gotta ask yourself, what is it about them that I don't really like that much? And then you start examining certain things and you're like, oh, okay, well, if I want this, then I gotta get this. Or it could be a reflection of the lack thereof that you're not really providing to yourself either. So it could be either one of those, you know? But yeah, we all project energy whether we know it or not, like I said before. The energy of the sign that ruled this house is also, ironically, what we would prefer in a mate, okay? So the sign that rules the 7th house for you within your birth chart, right? That is something that is, you know, what you might feel that you need or that you really like within a partner or whatever to feel whole, a sense of wholeness. Yep. And yep. I said that, So yeah, let's go on to the example, okay? So an example of this 7th house energy, right, would be a person with Aries in 7th house, right? Just an example of a placement, Aries in the 7th house. And that could also be seen as Mars within the 7th house. So this can be seen as someone who likes to be the center of attention within the relationships. This person values being the first one now that their partner consults, confides to, notifies about anything they want to know. That's it. This placement can be seen as being a little bit selfish with their partner, or sometimes immature in certain situations. Yes. And if something is not to their liking, they will leave as quickly as they can, baby, as quickly as they can. okay? Because, you know, you got to think about that Mars energy and that Aries energy, very impulsive, you know, and that could be very great, but it also can be very unstable within connections and long-term relationships and situations like that, you know what I mean? So it's very important to be mindful, you know. Aries is the opposite of Libra, so with this, Aries should hone in on their opposite sign of Libra and really balance that aspect of self out and think about another person other than themselves. And that'll make things more balanced and more healthy within their connections. So it is important for Aries 7th house to not get overly heated and angry about the little things and do things out of impulse instead of clearly thinking things through in regards to their partner's view of things, or they're just their feelings, you know. Take into consideration it's not just about you, it's about somebody else too, you know. This is you and somebody else within, you know, a relationship, a connection, so you both have to make it work and compromise, you know. Just saying. Now we're going to lastly move into Aquarius, and then we're going to wrap this up, y'all. We're going to wrap this up. So Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. Actually, fun fact, I want to say within the last couple of decades, Uranus was just discovered, right? So people for a long time, especially older generations of Aquarius people, were actually ruled by Saturn. So that still has an imprint in the background, really and truly. You know what I mean? It does. It really does. But now you see like people like myself and other people within, you know, younger generations, you know, you can see that Uranus energy a little bit more. Because Uranus itself is the energy of shaking things up. Also, someone who is there's another word for leader, but it's like not a dictatorship. It's more so like I don't want to say exhibitionist either. There's another word for it, like a rebel, okay? A rebel in society. That's what it's like, rebel energy. Someone who coming to shake it up, coming to say what they said. They said what they said, you know what I'm saying? They said what they said, okay? Someone who is very, you know, a humanitarian, a philanthropist, somebody who is fighting for the little guy, okay? Power to the people, okay? Power to the people, okay? Just saying, just saying. And you can see this type of energy. The imagery that I just saw was like the 1970s with the hippies. That's Aquarius energy right there. You know, the flower childs, okay? They was out there. They was out there. They didn't give them up, okay? They didn't. They knew what was right and they stood by that. They stuck beside it. They stuck beside it. I'm just gonna say that. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. So Aquarius energy is fixed energy, you know, and we talked about, you know, fixed air. Fixed air is real interesting because that stubbornness within speech, you know, sticking beside what you said, and you said what you said. You know, nobody can change your mind and your thoughts and your opinion about certain things unless you decide to change it based upon your own research, etc., etc., etc. Okay? And it sometimes can backfire a little bit on us Aquarius. Why? Because we already know that we learn different things all the time, and sometimes when we're in the heat of the debate, right, or the discussion, even though we could be wrong, we don't like to, we can admit when we're wrong. It's not like we don't like to, but we could ride a debate home. Even if there's a little bit of error in there, we could ride it home, okay? And that's just the truth, okay? That's just the truth. I can't tell you nothing but the truth. But that's another thing about Aquarius. We are the truth tellers, the truth seekers as well. Just like Scorpio's a truth seeker, so are we. So are we, yes. And we're gonna tell it like it is. And some people don't like that. Some people don't like that. But that's okay. Everything that's good for you, you don't got to like, okay? I'm just saying. Because we out here drinking these delicious, let me take that back. We out here drinking these cold pressed juices, some of us, and some of these juices is not delicious, but it's good for us though. So think about that when you think about Aquarius sometimes, okay? You may not like us now, but we good for you. Or you may not think that you like us, but it's really you not really liking what we said or liking the fact that we told you the truth. of a thing. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. Okay, so Aquarius is 11th house energy. Okay, it rules the 11th house naturally. So the 11th house is all about community, connections, networking, social media, inventions, hopes, dreams, and wishes, baby. This is the flavor of your friend group, and it is also your friendship styles. Like we know, Aquarius is also the friendship sign as well. Yeah. It's interesting though, because some of us like to be alone, but we also know that we need a sense of community and people to belong to as well, because we are very unique people. It's funny though, because a lot of people think that I am a either a Capricorn. I got Sagittarius the other day, okay? But nah, baby, I'm an Aquarius. But there's all different types of Aquarius as well. That's another thing too. Some Aquarius can be a little messy. Yep, they sure can, but sometimes that is, of course, due to other aspects, but also due to lack of growth within themselves, you know. But every sign has a less evolved aspect, right? Or a less evolved group of people. That's just for every sign. Okay? But yeah. This house also represents the relationship between you and friends, as in how you treat your friends, but also how they treat you as well, or how you want them to treat you. This is about joining a community of like-minded individuals who share the common or same interest that contributes to a larger collective. Within this house, you can also find humanitarian and philanthropy as well. So whatever causes that you find that are very important and that you want to contribute to, you can see that as well. Often we find ourselves giving to a cause, and this is to cater to a community of people who you see yourself in or where you once were. Because that's the thing. I can only speak for myself, but you know, I would contribute or give to an organization or create an organization based upon my own experiences and where I see a need, or that there needs to be a need, right? Wherever there's a need, here I am providing and giving service to. Humanitarianism, philanthropy, etc. Uranus energy shakes things up and is innovative, so creating these types of communities that create change, right? Because that's what Uranus does too. It creates change, is also what this house is about. So with social media, of course, you're going to follow and friend people on social media with very common interests as you have, right? But also this turns into a group, that turns into a community, and then boom, it's a big thing, you know. It's a big thing, you know, like that web. It starts from you and then it goes to another person, another person, another person, you know what I mean? Like a little family tree, you know what I'm saying? Your soul tribe family. Now an example. So someone having 11th house in Sagittarius, that means that they are the friend who is not only funny and fiery, but also is the friend who always talks about different perspectives, philosophies, and life in different theories. This person could also have different types of friends who share interests of different cultures, traveling far distances, gaining wisdom and knowledge through life, etc., etc. They may also even be a part of a book club. Like, for example, they be a part of a book club or a group where they are a part of you know, a group of intelligent people just as themselves, you know, birds of a feather, right? Birds of a feather. So this person can belong to a large group of people on social media, you know, Facebook groups and stuff like that, where there's a lot of information and sharing of knowledge and all that good stuff, you know what I mean? So yeah. Yep, that's all I got, y'all. So we talked about our air signs within this video. That's our Gemini, our Libra, and our Aquarius, you know what I'm saying? If you guys have any other questions or anything, definitely comment down below and I will definitely respond, okay? Definitely give me good feedback and everything like that. And like I said, if you guys have any topics or anything that you want me to touch on or talk about or talk more about, or if you want to ask me any questions about me, definitely feel free, you guys. Just let you guys know once again, if you want to book a natal chart reading with me or a Reiki healing session, or even a intuitive counseling session or anything of that nature, definitely hit up my website at www.blossomcentral.com. That's Blossom with a U. Definitely email me at blossomcentral@gmail.com. Also, my Instagram is shaylovesupreme_22. And then my Facebook is ShayLove. So if you want to friend me on Facebook or whatever, we could do all that. You know what I'm saying? So all the information that I talked about is going to be in the description box below. Also, lastly, my Cash App for donations now, okay, is $, whew, didn't even know how to say it, $SL Peace 22. And then my PayPal is evansr2014@gmail.com. All right, so I enjoyed this. I appreciate you guys for your love and support, and I appreciate the new subscribers. Definitely like, share, and comment below. I appreciate you guys so much, and I love y'all. Until next time.